Why do y'all insist on fucking with people that bring you no type of peace? Like, I don't get that shit. Like, especially when you're dealing with a person who is the provider. They go out every day, make sure the family good, they get the money, they make sure the bills paid and all that shit. Like, why the fuck y'all keep stressing them out? Like, they can't even get in the house and get their shoes off their feet before you start bitching and moaning about some shit. For real, that really ain't even fucking a big deal. You making it a big deal. Like, you want some attention or some shit, because that's what it really is. But you fail to realize that at the end of the day, everything starts in the mind. You feel me? It's the mental. And when you sit there and you've been bitching and nagging at your partner all fucking week, they ain't gonna want shit to do with you. You trying to be intimate and shit with them. You trying to cuddle with them and spend time with them. They don't want to fuck with you right now. Because all week you've been bitching and nagging. Like, if you gonna bring some shit up, make sure it's for a legitimate reason, you know. Make sure it's because you have a real reason to bring it up. When you in a relationship, when you dealing with a person, you gotta pick and choose your battles. And every time you feel like you feeling some type of way because of some shit, it doesn't mean that you need to bring it up and so y'all can have a disagreement about it. You got to really sit there and think about how you feeling. Think about everything that's going on and maybe going on, and determine if it's even worth bringing up. And if it's not, then shut the fuck up sometimes. Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit when they done been out there dealing with their boss, nagging and all that shit. They already been dealing with their boss and them weird ass co-workers they deal with. So what makes you think they want to come home and deal with that shit? And a lot of y'all out there, y'all don't show y'all partner appreciation enough. You don't tell them thank you enough for going out there during times they don't feel like going, when they don't feel good and all that shit. They still get up and go and do what it is that they got to do to provide for y'all family. Instead of bitching and moaning, start saying thank you. Start saying I appreciate you. Run them some bath water or something. I don't know. But start showing more appreciation than you do bitching and moaning. Me, I can't do it. I can't do it. And when it comes to you and your purpose, like me, I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot on my plate, and I'm really never free. If that makes any sense. I choose to make time for what I want to make time for and who I want to make time for. But I'm never free. You know what I mean? And so there's certain things that I have going on in my life and certain things that I have to do in order for me to be able to do those things that I have to do in my life. That all that shit, it comes first. Everything else comes second. And I have an order in which I do those things. And so if somebody wants to fuck with me in that way, they gotta understand that this is how I'm moving in my life. And it ain't gonna change because you want to be in it. You feel me? That's how everybody should be thinking. And if you have a certain way of doing things, and because of your purpose you gotta walk a certain path and you got to move a certain way, and a person can't understand that, or they get mad, or they try to interfere with what you got going on and how you moving, then they ain't meant to be there no way. You supposed to be each other's peace. And if you the type of person that get to stay at home while your partner go out into the world and do whatever the fuck they got to do to provide for y'all family and make sure y'all good, make sure you pick and choose your battles. Just because you feel a certain type of way don't mean you have to bring it up every fucking time. Some shit you brush off. And if it's really fucking serious, then yeah, you bring it up to them. But there's also a way to do that. You don't just start coming at their neck all crazy and all that shit. You don't know what's on their mind. You don't know what they've endured that day before they came home, and you just snapping at them for what? Don't nobody want to hear that shit when they come in the house? Did you ask them, are they feeling okay? Or if anything is on their mind, they need to vent, or if they want to, you know, talk about anything, go grab them a beer or something, give them a couple shots of liquor, I don't know. But did you make sure they was good first? That's why I say y'all be tripping about stupid ass shit. And a lot of shit you trip over is really pointless. Because at the end of the day, you can't stop a person from doing what the fuck they want to do anyway. The only choice you have is determining whether or not you're going to stick around or not. That's it. But if you're dealing with a person who is genuinely doing right by you, or trying everything that they can to make sure you good, make sure they good, then quit bitching and nagging at them. Appreciate that shit, because a lot of people ain't doing that. It's a lot of people out there dealing with a motherfucker that they have to beg to even do half of what your partner is doing. Especially men, they not expressive as women. You feel me? So a lot of times they hold shit in. They're not about to tell you that they don't feel like doing some shit or whatever. They're gonna do it. They hold a lot of shit in. And then you wonder why don't nobody want to fuck with your ass, or want to be intimate, or want to cuddle up with you, or none of that shit, because all week you've been bitching and nagging. Like, you need to learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Seriously.